Thank you for installing Easy Read 6.3, the #1 teleprompter software for the TV industry. Please remember that in the event of a power cut or water damage, your text may be lost and replaced by this greeting, in which case please contact your line manager or IT support. On my right, Alan Hay, a financial administrator who was once locked in a bathroom and drank tea through a straw inserted in the keyhole. Lindsay Baumeister, a law graduate who collects plastic spoons from aeroplane meal packages. And their captain, Alan Flanagan, a board game enthusiast who has shared a dining room with the Duchess of Cornwall. All big fans of a murder mystery, they are the Whodunnits. Now, in your last game, you were 8 points behind, but came back to just 1 point behind in the missing vowels round. Were there any particular areas of knowledge you felt you should have brushed up on?
Kylie Minogue, my gay card has been revoked after that.
This time you were playing on my left. Emma Kennedy, a writer and actor who enjoys attending birthday parties dressed as an elf. Mitch Benn, a comedian and songwriter who has shared a stunt double with Vin Diesel. And their captain, Dan Adler, an IT consultant who drank too much champagne at a friend's bar mitzvah and passed out in the military history section of Foyles. All big fans of the Beatles, they are the Walruses. Dan, your team have a lot of performing experience. That sounds filthy. I simply mean they're professional entertainers. Do you think that was an advantage in your last game?
What do you think?
No, I don't think so.
No, I don't think it helped in the slightest.
No, I think we were exactly as poor in the poor bits and as good in the good bits as we were expecting to be.
Yes.
You're more familiar with TV than some of our teams. Emma, you've been on MasterChef,
yes.
Mastermind,
yes.
now Master Connect. Has this been the least enjoyable, and if not, why not?
It's actually been the most enjoyable, but also I really, really love being part of a team, actually, and those other things you have to do it on your own, which is like, you know, 3 times as dull.
Sadly, tonight, one of these wonderful teams has to go home. We will find out who by playing the quiz. Walruses, you won the toss, you'll be going first. Please choose an Egyptian hieroglyph.
We'll have the horned viper, please.
OK. You'll be seeing a series of clues. What connects them? First one coming in now.
I think this is things that you can't do at a polling station.
Yes, that could be.
Do you want to go for it?
No, no, absolutely not. See the next
No, one more.
Next.
Oh.
Maybe it's
It's tracking
Is this the year that this happened?
Pardon?
Is this the year that this happened? GPS tracking braces were offered instead of...
Oh, what? No, it's not a year thing. No. Next. Oh, it's, things done at the Hajj.
That is absolutely right. You didn't need to see the last clue. Please talk me through this.
Well, the Hajj is the annual pilgrimage to Mecca that every Muslim is supposed to take at once in their life, and presumably selfies are banned. There were GPS bracelets offered. The long walls replacing the pillars of the stoning of the devil, that's part of the ritual that you have to go through, and every so often there's a stampede and people get killed, so presumably they've changed that.
Yes, people did throw stones at pillars symbolising the devil, but that was dangerous and also damaged the pillars so that the walls came in. And the stone, I think it just was causing too much damage. And so one now points at it and then kisses the finger to represent kissing the stone. Very well done for 2 points. Whodunnits, what would you like?
Water, please.
Water. OK, you'll be seeing a series of picture clues. What connects them? Here's the first.
Monopoly.
Maybe, yeah. What was next? Oh, next. Horseshoe.
Is that top hat unlucky if you put it upside down?
Maybe.
Wasn't horseshoe not Monopoly item as well?
No.
Monopoly?
No, not that I've ever seen.
Next.
Oh.
Snake. Snake eyes, horseshoe. Lucky.
I'm gonna go next.
Next.
It's something to do with rivers or bends or...
2 seconds.
Is it to do with rivers or bends?
I'm afraid it is not. A walrus's chance for bonus point.
Are these roller coasters?
They are things on a roller coaster. A top hat, I think, is an ascent rather than a bend. Horseshoe, what does that third picture depict?
It's a sidewinder.
Sidewinder, that sort of inversion element. And finally, a corkscrew. What record was broken at Southend in 2010?
No idea.
Fastest? Most
Make
loops?
the longest.
Most nuns on a roller coaster.
Most nuns on a roller coaster. It's the kind of thing people do, isn't it? No, clearly none of you watched the last series. It's the most people naked on a roller coaster. And just when you thought the experience couldn't get any worse.
Do you mean there are people
Keep
who
your
don't go
hands
on
and
naked?
everything else inside the vehicle at all times.
Elements on a roller coaster. Very well done for the bonus point. You may now choose your own question. What would you like?
We'd like the Eye of Horus, please.
The Eye of Horus. The music question. What connects the clues you're going to hear? Time starts now.
Brilliant, resilient, fan mail from 27 million, and I want it all. It's gonna take more than
it's
that,
now, but I don't
than we got. I need
And tomorrow, should you ask me for the world, somehow I'd get it. I would sell my
I don't
very
know, but it's in the next
soul.
Next. Next.
That's It's Tricky by MC.
Seconds.
The last one was complicated. Oh, it's difficult.
They are all difficult. Very well done. That's right. It was complicated. Avril Lavigne. And what else did we hear?
I heard It's Tricky by Run DMC.
That's absolutely right.
And that's kind of it, I'm afraid.
First one was Hard, Rihanna, and the second one, It's Impossible, which was a hit for
course
Perry
It's
Como
Impossible, yes.
in 1971.
Perry Como.
You were probably confused because, of course, it was originally the Mexican song Somos Novios. We are a couple.
Yes, that's the one I was thinking of
Yes,
course.
it's the English translation. Whodunnits, what would you like?
Twisted Flax, please.
The Twisted Flax. What is the connection between these clues? Here's the first.
North America's in the USA. Name is within the USA.
Or it could be something like Ice Mountains as a continental North America.
Next.
Could it be the central point of the continent? Continental in North America, central point is in America.
And is it what about in Argentina?
I don't know.
Next. Oh, I think it is. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, go.
Is this where the centre point of these continents are?
I'm afraid it is not. So I'm going to show the fourth clue to the Walruses for another bonus chance.
Is it the Central Time Zone?
That is not it. No, it is something you will find as a geographical feature, but not the central point. The highest peak. It's mountains. So Mount Denali, formerly Mount McKinley, the highest peak in North America, that is in the United States. The highest peak in South America is what? That's right, Aconcagua, that's in Argentina. Now, Europe's is in France or Russia, depending. See, the clue there is it's either Mont Blanc in France or Elbrus, depending on whether you say Russia's in Europe.
I tend to go on whether they're in the Eurovision Song Contest. So based on that, Russia is in Europe, so...
Well, and also if you look on the internet, I mean, I believe Russia fully controls the internet, so then it depends whether or not they want to be in Europe. Asia's is in Nepal and China. Of course, that's Mount Everest. If you ask most people, they'd say it was Tibet. But China is formerly the country and, of course, on the border with Nepal. So no points there, but Walruses, you may have a question.
2 reeds.
2 reeds. What is the connection between these clues? Here's the first.
Gosh, I think. Next.
Oh, is it the year 3000?
What didn't Busted become? Busted.
It's later.
That's much later. They have various song titles. They crashed at the wedding. They went to the year 3000.
Next.
Yeah. Oh, is it Crash the Wedding? Is it Crash the Wedding? No, let's get the last one quickly.
Next.
Yeah, hit it.
Yeah.
Crash the Wedding.
They are Wedding Crashers.
Yeah.
You recognised the last one, that is the film Wedding Crashers, and Busted, Crash the Wedding, I think the title was. Those other clues. Mr. Briggs. Do you know Mr. Briggs at Jane Eyre? Mr. Briggs in Jane Eyre is the solicitor that appears at the wedding of Jane and Mr. Rochester with the bad news.
He's
Mr. Rochester's
already
already
married.
married, of course. already married. And Eris before the Trojan War, that's the goddess of strife. That is the story where, you know, the goddess was not invited to the wedding and she was furious.
Yeah.
And as a punishment, she rolled an apple into the room that had "to the fairest" written on it. And of course, the goddesses all sort of fell out terribly. And it decided that it was Aphrodite. And this was a very contentious occasion. They all crashed weddings. Last question of the round for you, Whodunnits, the lion question. What is the connection between these clues? Here's the first.
It's pity she's a horror director.
No clue.
Oh, God. Not sure. Next. Actor.
Brad Pitt was in it.
Hold on.
Chiwetel Ejiofor.
Yeah, hold it. Press it.
Do you know?
Is it the same name? Because John Ford wrote Two Species of Horn. John Ford's the director. Steve McQueen, who directed 12 Years a Slave, but he's also an actor.
Very good, coming in after just 2 clues. The work we see in inverted commas was created by somebody with the same name as what comes outside the inverted commas. And who painted the portrait of George Dyer Tolkien?
Freud.
Francis Bacon is that one. And the comedian who shares his name with the writer of
No
Cloud
idea.
Atlas,
Dave Mitchell.
David Mitchell, is that one at the end there. That means at the end of round 1, the Whodunnits have 3 points, the Walruses have 5. On to the sequences round now. What comes forth in a sequence? Walruses, your turn to go first again. What would you like?
We'll go water, please.
OK. You're about to see the first clue in the water sequence. What comes forth? Time starts now.
Any idea?
No, I'm going next.
Next. Next.
160. I have not got any idea of these. No, I don't think we've got a damn thing. I mean, well, just do something random, like 160 possible.
159 possible.
Not the answer, I'm afraid. Whodunnits, do you know?
161 possible.
Not it, I'm afraid. Why did you give that answer?
Because we had to give an answer.
We didn't have a clue.
No, I'm not.
The answer is 159, impossible.
Oh.
They are all impossible because these are impossible 3-dart checkouts.
Oh.
We're talking about the game of darts. They're the lowest 4 scores, other than 1, for which it's impossible to get a 3-dart or fewer ending in darts. Nobody here play darts?
Nope.
Despite appearances, no.
There's often a darts question on Only Connect.
Yeah.
I've noticed this.
We love darts. Well done, that mysterious question setter. Whodunnits, what would you like?
Eye of Horus, please.
The Eye of Horus. What would come forth in this sequence? Here's the first.
Wisden Cricketer's Almanack.
It could be that I think it's renewed every year.
Every year, OK.
Good. Next.
Next.
Is that monthly or is it quarterly now?
Is it yearly? Monthly?
Yearly, monthly,
Something daily.
Yeah, do you want to just go for it?
What would we put as the answer if it's daily?
The sun, the metro. Go
Do
for
you
it.
want to go for it?
The metro.
And why would that be?
Because we think it's yearly, monthly, weekly, daily.
That is exactly right. It is publications that come out annually, monthly, weekly. We had the week at Clue 3, and then something that comes out every day, for example, the Daily Express or the Metro. Walruses, what would you like?
Lion.
Lion. What would come forth in this sequence? Here's the first.
These could be secretaries or something. No, it could be Chris Clark, Christopher Clark. I'm sorry.
Should we go next?
Yeah, definitely.
Next.
Oh, no idea. Is this... Is it Australian?
Next. Trudeau, Liberal.
Not it, I'm afraid. Whodunnits, do you know?
Ashdown, Liberal, I don't know.
Not it. We're looking at Prime Ministers of New Zealand. And next would be Jacinda Ardern, youngest Prime Minister of New Zealand for 150 years. She was 37 and she became Prime Minister and became the second ever leader to give birth while in office. After who? Who gave birth in office before her?
Benazir Bhutto.
Benazir Bhutto, exactly right. What would you like for your own question?
Can I have we have the horned viper, please?
You may all share the delights of this question. First clue coming in now.
Don't imagine it. Have you ever heard of it?
No.
No. Okay. Next.
Is it where some authors have lived? Well, it's not going to be a secret, so French. Is it where one author has lived?
Maybe over time.
Yeah.
Next. Under pressure. This isn't ringing any bells.
No.
Maybe if someone moved around.
Somerset.
Could it be a monarch?
Where could they have ended up if we had to
Henry VIII, Hampton Court.
if we had to guess a location?
Something? I don't know. Yeah.
2 seconds.
Buckingham Palace, London.
Not it, I'm afraid. Walruses, do you know?
Wuthering Heights, Yorkshire.
Very much not.
Didn't think so.
You were thinking it would be the residence of a monarch, and in a way it is the monarch that is Paul Hollywood of the Great British Bake Off.
No.
This is the locations of the tent,
Oh my God.
and it is currently at Downhall Hotel in Essex.
I feel ashamed I didn't know that. I actually feel shame.
You should feel
Proper
shame.
shame.
Have you been on the Great British Bake Off?
No.
Have you not?
No.
It's too low rent for you. See, you did, I did the Great British Bake Off. But I went on and you had to make muffins.
Yeah.
And I understood them to be a breakfast food, so I made
Correct.
Bloody Mary muffins.
Yeah,
But
nice.
Mary Berry said she couldn't tell if they worked because she'd never had a Bloody Mary.
No, don't believe that.
How could that be
No,
true?
I've seen Berry on her knees with gin inside her. She's unstoppable. They call her Mary Hollow Legs Berry.
I'm sorry, Mary. I'm sorry. Downhall Hotel in Essex. But you may have your own question, Walruses. What's it to be?
Decisions. We'll have the Twisted Flax, please.
The Twisted Flax. What will come forth in this sequence? Here's the first.
No. Anything? Nothing.
Nothing yet.
No. Next.
Well, I mean, curious as maybe around 6.
No, I've got nothing yet. Let's get another
Next. One.
These are
Oh,
anagrams.
is it a word one?
These are anagrams. Why are they anagrams? Of what?
So it'll be 1. Something with 9, but it's
2 seconds.
1. Something 9.
I'm afraid I can't accept that answer. Whodunnits, do you know?
1 strengths 9.
That is exactly what we've got. We actually have the word strength.
Well done.
Very well done. And why?
Because it's the number at the beginning is the number of syllables, the number at the end is the number of letters.
That is exactly right. So we need a 9-letter word with 1 syllable. For example, strengths. Very well done for the bonus. And you get the last question of the round, which is the 2 reads. What is the 4th in this picture sequence? Here's the first.
Sunset.
sunrise, dawn.
Dawn.
Oh, it's not like the Twilight books, is it?
Next. Sunset.
Twilight.
Dusk, dawn. Dawn. We have to go next, aren't we?
Twilight. What's the Twilight horse? No.
Next. Keys.
Organ.
Organ. Stag.
Book.
2 seconds.
Book. A picture of a book.
For what reason?
Lindsay?
I was just thinking what the second one could be. Maybe it was money, but no.
And then I cannot accept your answer, I'm afraid. Walruses, do you know?
Do we know?
No, I don't. I've got nothing.
No.
I've got nothing.
Yeah.
Books do feature in the picture we've got in the hands of a choir, hymn books, because we are looking at the rising of the sun, the running of the deer, the playing of the merry organ, and we need some sweet singing of the choir.
Yeah.
It's the holly and the ivy, a choir singing. The thing with the holly and the ivy is, which tune do you sing it to? Well, why don't we have a go and see if we've all got the same
Yes,
one?
please.
1, 2, 3, 4.
The holly and the ivy, when they are all full grown, of all the trees that is in the wood, the holly bears the crown.
I didn't know there was another tune.
Is this a Protestant thing? I have never heard of this.
Well, it's not a Jewish thing, and I've heard of it.
To be honest, it sounds to me a bit like a pagan thing. It's all a bit tree-y, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, lovely singing, but I'm afraid no points. That means at the end of round 2, the Walruses have 5 points, the Whodunnits have 7. Time for the connecting wall and Whodunnits. You'll be going first, so would you like lion or water?
Go for water, please.
OK, you have 2.5 minutes to solve the water wall, starting now.
Fort, Piper, Marina, Wren, so areas where you can, like a safe haven, a dock. I'm going to try some of those, but have a look at what else you can see.
Piper, Penelope.
Penelope, Virgil, Troy.
Virgil, Penelope, they're Thunderbirds, aren't
Yeah,
they, Joe?
Thunderbird, Virgil, Troy, Penelope, and Joe. Try Joe. Try Marina. Try Virgil, Troy, Penelope, Marina.
Okay, I'm going to try those 5, and you guys keep trying.
Nantwich.
Yes.
Are there any other witches? Nantwich.
I feel like there's a word thing, because Arl, Hyde, they all seem like they're part of a longer thing.
Yeah.
We've got a haven, a port, a
Newport, New Haven, New Rent, Nan.
a dock and a hive, maybe? Yes. Okay.
3 lives now.
Okay,
So,
so-
Ren, Nantes, are they like...
No, hold
60s?
on, right. So Ren ends in ES, Lawrence ends in ES, Lone ends in ES,
and Arl.
and Troy also ends in ES, and so does Arl.
Okay.
So the other ones must
Troy,
be
Whitelaw, Holiday,
Piper.
Billy Holiday, Billy Piper, Billy Whitelaw, Billy Lord is an actress.
Go for that
So
one.
let's
We've got
go
3
Wren.
chances.
Hold on, right. So yeah, Billy
Go for that
Piper, Billy Holiday, Billy Whitelaw, Billy Lord.
You solved the wall. Very well done. And can you tell me the connections? What about the first group? Marina, Virgil, Penelope and Joe.
Jerry Anderson characters.
They are all Jerry Anderson characters. Port, Haven, Dock, Hythe.
They're a place that a boat or a ship could park themselves, I suppose.
Yes, I think more is what a sailor
Yes,
would say.
park
Places that a boat can be moored.
Parallel parked.
The next group, Wren and so on.
If you add ES, you get a French city or town, I think.
That's right. I wish it was Nantwich, but it's Nantes, ES for Wren, Nantes, Arles and Troy. And the last group, Piper, Holiday and so on.
They are Billies.
Billies.
They are well-known Billies, a range of actors and singers. So that is all the connections and the bonus. You get the maximum of 10 points. Very well done. Let's bring in their opponents now and give them the other wall. A wall for the Walruses. It will be Lion. You have 2.5 minutes to solve it. Starting now.
I'm seeing boys, Fat Boys, Beastie Boys, Eaton Boys, Beach Boys. Beach, up near top left. Okay, not that. Okay, so try Fat, Beach, Beastie, and Oxford. Yeah,
Yeah, those is London.
Let's do those.
Let's do the Unbelievers.
I'll do those.
Can I sing
Okay.
books? Yes, Kevin Hill.
Italian car company's missing an eye.
Yes, you're
Oh,
right.
yes, well
Lancia,
done.
Ferrari,
And Fiat and...
Cuban? Okay,
try Pagan with that one.
Yes, you're right.
Pagan.
Fat Lanka,
Ferrari,
Ferrari,
Pagan.
There you go.
3 lives now.
Take our time.
Right.
Beastie is Beastie is going to be boys. There's pretty much nothing else
Are
it can be.
these,
So.
are these ties, like tie knot,
Collars.
knots in ties
Yeah.
or collars?
Beastie London Beach.
Beastie Boys, London Boys, Beach Boys. I think could be Cuban Boys. Take your time. What's the rest of it if it's not?
Because Eton is a collar. I don't know. Oh,
And there's an Oxford collar.
no, it's not collars. It's not ties. Reading, Eton. Both in Berkshire.
We have not yet tried these
By the
boys.
way, what are we saying is we think is the other boys?
I don't know. Could be Cuban. Could be Eton. We didn't try that.
Could be,
for
yeah.
last
I mean,
time.
it feels like it's probably Eton boys, isn't it? All Cuban
Yeah.
boys. I don't think it's Reading. But it's Reading, Grays, and Oxford. Are these inns? Are these
Gray's Inn.
something
Gray's
to
Inn.
do?
We need time to go for Eton if it's
Yeah,
not
we do.
Cuban.
Yeah, we do.
Cuban.
Press it.
You've
Yeah,
solved the
okay.
wall. Very well done. And what about the connections? Tell me about the first group, atheist, infidel, and so on.
They're all synonyms of each other. Unbelievers.
That's right, the godless. As Alan might say, Protestants. And the next group, fat, pagan, and so on.
They are Italian car companies missing an eye.
That is exactly what they are for Fiat, Pagani, and so on. And the next group, Cuban, Beach, Beastie, London.
They are boys.
There are bands if you add boys.
That's exactly right. And the last group, Reading, Grays, Eton, Oxford.
I don't know these.
Colleges.
Collars or...
They are not all colleges. They are just places along the River Thames.
Oh!
It's just a geography one. They're all on the Thames. Sorry about that, but you did solve the wall and get 3 connecting points. That is a total of 7. Let's have a look at the overall scores. The Walruses have 12 points. The Whodunnits have 17. This has been a lovely show. I love both these teams. I really don't want either to go home, but one team must. Which is it? Let's find out by playing the Missing Vowels round. Fingers on buzzers, teams. In the first group of clues, as so often in life, trains have been replaced by buses. Whodunnits
Strangers on a bus.
is correct. Walruses?
Last bus to Clarksville.
Yes, it is. Whodunnits?
Midnight bus to Georgia.
Yes, it is. Whodunnits?
How to bus your dragon.
Well done. Next category, even more fun. Try atomic molecules. Walruses?
Carbon dioxide.
Correct. Whodunnits?
Hydrogen cyanide.
Correct. Walruses?
Zinc.
I'm afraid it isn't, so you lose a point. Whodunnits, do you know?
Ozone.
Ozone, you're missing a C for zinc. Last clue. Whodunnits?
Water.
It is water. Next category, consecutive days. Walruses?
Halloween and All Saints' Day.
Yes, it is. Whodunnits?
Yesterday and today.
Correct. Whodunnits?
Bastille Day and St. Swithin's Day.
Very well done. Whodunnits?
Jeudi and vendredi.
Very well played. Next category, parts of an airport. Walruses?
Departure lounge.
Departure lounge is correct. You can have that as the bell goes for the end of the quiz. But looking at the final scores, an amazing round for you there, Alan. Takes your team to 26 points. You're the winners and through to the next round. Brilliantly played. Walruses, you finish on 15. You are in second place, but you have been a phenomenal team. You've been so brilliant and funny and great to have in the series. I'm really sorry to say goodbye, and thank you very much for playing.
We've loved every minute of it. Thank you for having us.
Hooray.
Thank you.
Thank you for watching. Please join me next time for more great questions and more lovely quizzes who know so much random information Google turns to them for help. Goodbye.